guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the look I'm wearing right now. It is just like a fun, playful tutorial, and I used a bunch of affordable makeup, lots of drugstore, and then some affordable products thrown in there. So I'm just going to sit down and just kind of do my makeup and chat with you guys. I am trying to get better about get ready with me's. I feel like I focus so much on the makeup that sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to talk. So just going to do full face, start to finish, and I'm just going to show you the products I used and how they worked out. If you are new here, please subscribe. I would love to have you. I know a lot of you are telling me that my videos are not showing up in your feeds. So if you hit that bell, you'll get notified of my new videos, and I do about 2 or 3 videos a week. So before I start rambling, let's begin the tutorial. Alright guys, so we're going to start out with the Revlon Photo Ready. This is like a smoothing primer. I'm going to be using all drugstore or affordable products in this video. And I actually really like this. This is the pore reducing primer. This is what it looks like, just kind of flesh toned, a little peachy. So I'm going to rub this together and put this where I need some blurring. My skin is kind of irritated right now. Now for foundation, I'm going to go in with L'Oreal True Match. I haven't used this in a long time. This is what it looks like. I'm sure you guys have all heard of it. And I was just kind of going through my drugstore foundations like, oh, which one can I use? So hopefully this isn't too dark for me, but I feel like once I put concealer on, it'll work anyways. I'm just going to use this brush to kind of paint it on, just any brush that you have. And then I'm going to stipple it in with a sponge. So I talked about this before. I actually really like this Eco Tool sponge. It's really, really nice. It's definitely my pick for like drugstore sponges. I know a lot of people like the Real Techniques, which is okay, but I like this one better. Alright, next I'm going in with concealer, and I'm going to use this CoverGirl Outlast concealer, which I actually really enjoy. It's kind of like a medium coverage. I wouldn't say it's like full coverage, but it's really nice. It's one of my favorites from the drugstore. And then to lighten it up a little bit, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I just like to use a little bit of this to brighten, but it doesn't have like high coverage, so I kind of like to mix it. I'm just going to... and then just a little bit of the ColourPop. So sometimes people are like, your foundation is way too dark, and I totally get where they're coming from, but once I put on concealer and powder, it blends out. And also I use like body tanning products, so if it ever is too dark, I'll just put on more like self tanner, like the One Day Only, like the Body Blur. I think it's by Vita Liberata. Is that what it is by? Yeah. Alright, to set the under eyes, I'm going to go in with my Coty Airspun powder. I just really like this powder for the drugstore. It's really nice and smoothing, and it's really nice to bake with. It does have a strong fragrance, but I think there is an unscented. I just have never found it. I'm just going to use this under my eyes. Alright, to set the rest of my face, I am going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I'm in the shade Light Medium, so it's too dark to bake with, so I did order a lighter shade, but I'm just going to use this and my sponge to kind of press into the skin and set the rest of my makeup. So this powder is really, really nice. One of my favorites drugstore-wise. So I'm one of those people that I have problems with my foundation staying on. That's like my main kind of issue with foundations. Like, I like a lot of foundations, but if they start breaking up after like 3 hours, it's just kind of like, what's the point? So I'm always looking for a powder to really lock it in. Alright, next I'm going to do my brows, and I'm going in with this NYX micro pencil. It's just kind of like a brow wiz from Anastasia, so I gotta concentrate for this. Alright, so I just did my brows and my nose contour off camera, and now we're going to go in with eyeshadow. Now this isn't drugstore, but this is affordable, which is kind of like the whole goal of this. So this is the Douce by Juvia's Place, and I have not had a chance to play with this. Look at this freaking palette, how gorgeous it is. So I just had to get it out today and play with it. I just really want to use it, and I bought it a few weeks ago, and I really just haven't even had the time. So we're going to go in. I have no idea what I'm going to do. This is kind of a strange color combo, but I feel like I can do something beautiful. So we're just gonna kind of wing it and see what happens. Starting off with this shade Creme up top. It's like a really pink peachy color. And I am using a Morphe R30 and I'm just gonna start blending this into my crease. So if you haven't tried Juvia's Place shadows, they are phenomenal. They just, I don't know, it's like crazy, crazy pigment. This is really nice because it's like a light blend. We're just gonna kind of build from here. I almost feel like I want to do a halo. No, halo cut crease maybe? All right, next I'm gonna go actually into this really bright shade in the middle, which might be kind of scary to some people, but I really like these kind of shades. And I'm using a Y19 from Morphe. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit more tapered because we are gonna start doing like that halo. So I'm just going to kind of start on the outer corner and keep it a little bit lower. I still want to put it in the crease a little bit, but I want to focus most of the color on the outer corner and also that inner portion of the eye, which I have hooded eyes, so it can be kind of awkward to get in here. I just don't have like a ton of lid space in the inner part of my eye, so you just work with what you have. And then you can sweep it back and forth, you know, to blend it. And this isn't a super deep shade. This is just kind of like a bright shade, so we'll deepen it with another shade. A lot of you guys were asking me about those curtains behind me, and they are from Society 6, which I love. Recently found them and I've spent a lot of money. I bought like 5 blankets from them and some curtains and some towels, and I love it. Okay, next I'm gonna go into this kind of like deep orangey, really super warm color. We're gonna start deepening up the outer portions, just like we did with that purpley pink shade, but this is gonna add some depth to the look. You can sweep it back and forth. Now I'm going in the shade Chocolate. It's like the deep, deep, deep shade, and we're really gonna start building up this halo eye. I'm gonna use a Smith 230 brush for this, and this is a pretty deep shade, so I'm gonna kind of start lightly here. And I don't know, dark shades kind of intimidate me even, so you wanna keep dark shades lower and just kind of be really nice and easy with it. All right, now I'm gonna go in with some concealer, and I think I'm just gonna do like in the center. Now I'm gonna go into the palette and I'm gonna mix these 2 shades, and I'm gonna pack them all over where I put that concealer. Now I'm gonna go back into this dark chocolate shade, and I'm gonna start kind of blurring the lines a little bit on the sides. So just really lightly sweeping. For lashes, I am going to go in with these new Morphe lashes. These are Hypnotic, and these are synthetic lashes, and they are $10 before code. I just thought, let's keep with the, you know, affordable theme. And they just released like 1 million lashes. So this is my second pair that I've worn. Let me show you more of like a close-up of what this looks like. So they're super fluttery. If you can tell, they've got like multi-dimensional layers. So I'm gonna try these out. I always put a little line on the top of my lash line, just because otherwise I feel like you can see my blonde lashes. So this is just to help the false lashes blend in. So I popped some lashes on off camera. Those are the Morphe lashes, and they look really, really nice with this look. And I am going to contour my face. I'm using this L'Oreal bronzer. It's in the shade Deep. Has a little bit of shimmer, but I think it'll be okay. I'm realizing I don't have a lot of contour products that are drugstore or like more affordable, so we're gonna work with this. I'm gonna use this Milani bronzer to bronze up the face. This is in the shade Glow, and I'm gonna use a Real Techniques contour brush. I like to use this for like blush, bronzer. You can use it for anything. I like more a precise contour brush. So this is like a more shimmery bronzer. All right, now I'm gonna go into this little heart, blushing hearts. This is from the brand I Love Makeup. I thought that was Makeup Revolution. I'm gonna have to check, but it's like shimmery, really pretty, kind of similar to what we have going on the eyes. So I feel like it's just gonna give this a really pink, romantic look. For highlighter, I'm gonna use this pink shade in this Flower Beauty palette. I'm actually gonna go back into the palette into the shade Tart. Now this is like a duochrome, and I used some of this on my eyes. It has like that duochrome shift. Okay, now I'm gonna start on my lower lash line, and I'm gonna go into the shade down here, which is that warm kind of orangey brown. It's not really even a brown. I don't know how to describe it. I'm using a Smith 220. It's one of my favorite brushes from them. And I'm just gonna start. And then again, going in with that deep, deep shade, and we're gonna do the same thing and just kind of focus this right under the eyes. So I did try on a couple lips and I didn't like it. So now I'm trying this Dark and Stormy, and this is a new liquid lipstick from Flower Beauty. It just looks like a kind of greigey tone. Okay, I want to top off my lips a little bit with this Charmer lip lacquer from Maybelline. I just feel like my lips are looking a little, I don't know. I'm having a hard time finding a lip color here, peeps. So because this lipstick is so dark, this is just going to give like a tiny little tint.